Rock'n'roll, fiskeboll, köttkakor och fårikål, fiskesuppe, kaviar, kocken spiller på gitarr, potäterna de kokar, barnen de ropar oh yeah! If you are the owner of a vagina and there has been no cutting or removal of anything, everything is in place for you to have the most amazing pleasure and orgasm you can possibly have. However, the function of this system is very much affected by many different factors. So I'm going to take a little pause from what I was going off into and describe what trauma means in this context. Trauma is any event that is perceived as a shock, a life-threatening shock to the nervous system.
So any event. So it could be like I'm walking down the street and the horn on the car goes, and I'm like, ah!
Exactly.
Okay.
It can be that, or it can be full-on rape. It can be everything between. So when the nervous system perceives a situation as life-threatening or shocking, it goes into this freeze or fight or flight mode. And so the experience is overwhelming and we cannot process it in the moment. We just have to cope there and then in order to survive. At least that's what our reptile brain function is telling us. Just get out of the situation in order to be safe. So what we do is that we save the processing for later.
That's so important.
It's very important because when we have to save something for later, we divide it into little chunks and we store it in different areas of our body so that it can be bite-sized pieces. And then this might happen without us knowing it at all. And then somewhere down the line, we're having pleasure, we're able to be relaxed, so our nervous system is all of a sudden in this other state, no fight or flight, no freeze, we're contrary, we are open and relaxed, and we are in receptive mode, taking in and savoring every sensory experience. So we're actually in touch with what is going on inside of us, including those pockets that are holding these fragmented memories for us. And chances are that we come across one of those. It can be something we are conscious about, or we might get triggered without knowing that is actually happening. It can be a smell, it can be a sudden sound, it can be a particular kind of touch, or whatever that suddenly causes us to feel numbness or pain instead of pleasure in our erogenous zones.
So can I pause you there? Because
Absolutely.
I just want to recap this and summarize this. So because this is how trauma impacts our ability to respond sexually, but also why it arises during sexual experiences particularly, right? So we have all this unconscious stuff that's stored there, and then when we're in this sensual experience and the nervous system is coming to this deep state of relaxation, then all that stuff under there's like, yay, it's time to be released, and so it bubbles up. So this is why, this is truly why sex is medicine. This is it right here.
It is, provided that the sex is connected, present, relaxed, and aware.
It has the potential to be medicine. This is
It
why
has.
sex has the potential to be medicine. But I'm going to say, even when I speak with couples, and so there's a heart connection there. So we're not talking about disconnected, like I'm fucking you, but I don't want to be. But when the people are actually connected and in union, and then they're kind of confused about why every time they get into this really relaxed state, why they go numb. Particularly females, why they go numb. Though male bodies go numb as well.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's because of exactly what you're saying. It's like exactly the body takes this opportunity to let all these little fragmented pieces arise so that they can be, it's like poop. So they can be purified.
The numbness and the pain is like a message, right?
Yeah.
It's a sign from the body that, there's something here. There's something here that is not really alive and fully expressed.
Yes.
So it's an invitation. Every time you come across numbness or pain and you know that there is no medical issue, you can trust that the body is just inviting you to come back into connection with that area of yourself. Maybe there is this little fragmented memory who is just waiting and dying to tell its story, and for you to listen and to allow it to flow through you and become integrated as an actual memory, not just this trauma event that when you get in touch with it, you just get thrown back in time.
Shock response. So yeah,
exactly.
So we want to integrate it and like process it intellectually and emotionally, so it's not unconsciously running the show.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when this stuff comes up in the midst of sexual, union or sexual play, what should we do?
Oh yeah, very good question. So we should definitely not reject the sensation and stop what we're doing and go separate ways. Or if you are doing self-pleasuring, you should not stop what you're doing entirely. You should just pause.
That's important.
And if you can bear with tactile touch, just keep your hand, keep the toy, keep whatever is touching you there where it is, and allow for your breathing to settle back down. Because when we face something that's uncomfortable, we immediately change the way we're breathing. That's happening. It's like it's completely integral to the nervous system response to something uncomfortable. So if you can just sit with it for a little bit and allow for the breathing to return back to this deep belly breath, and calm your nervous system down, see if you can ask yourself, what am I feeling? And if the answer is numbness, great, then you know that you're feeling numbness, because that's actually something to feel and to sense. And then maybe you can continue to move into touching in a different way, ask your body what it needs, and just allow for your body to tell you its own wisdom, because your body knows how to heal itself. You just gotta change your focus, because when you are triggered, you want to look outside for tools, for help, for something to save you from the discomfort of the situation. But quite the contrary, if you can just go inside, you will find the answer to the question, what am I needing? How do I get beyond this?
So one of the first indications that something is arising, it would be numbness or pain or irritation, but also observing what's happening in your breathing pattern. So I know for myself and for many women and men, it's very typical during sexual arousal to stop breathing and contract. Right? So being observant of that, like if you've stopped breathing and your body's all tense, that's usually like an indication that to relax and open. And the breathing, the deep breathing, actually helps the nervous system come into the parasympathetic response. It helps the nervous system relax so that whatever's arising can actually be processed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're just telling yourself, oh, relax, and it doesn't happen, don't beat yourself up about it, because it might just mean that your nervous system needs some help.
I need some time, right? It's not going to happen instantly. So this is so hugely important, because again, we think that if we're in the middle of or just beginning some type of sexual play and we, lose sensation or we feel anything other than pleasure, that we are broken in some way. But again, it just reaffirms the fact that everything is actually working the way it is. It's actually our view and our understanding of the sexual arousal experience that is incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
So yeah, your vagina is not broken.
Not at all.